It's really important to understand how your dog learns and how your dog intakes information. When a dog is born, their eyes don't open for 2 weeks. Their ears don't open automatically. They discover their world first through their nose. Your dog's nose is a massive, gigantic, huge tool. The Department of Defense has been spending billions and billions of dollars over the last 10 years trying to find a weapon or a tool better at finding people, drugs, and bombs than a dog's nose. AI is taking over everything in our life right now, and they still cannot find a weapon or a tool more powerful than your dog's nose. And so we need to recognize that and understand that and give that some appreciation when we're understanding how our dogs learn and how they intake information. They are taking in information. They're taking in their world differently than we are. Their eyes are similar to ours. They see a world similarly to ours. Their sense of sound is fairly similar. However, our ears stop at a certain pitch and then we just can't hear. Theirs keeps going. So they are literally able to hear more than we are able to hear. Your dog's sense of smell is insane. Their nose is somewhere between 100,000 and 1,000,000 times more powerful than ours. Every single time that I take a dog outside of this house, they walk into stimulus overload. The amount of information that is coming into their nose is massive on a scale that we can't really comprehend. When I was in the military, they used to tell us, when you walk into McDonald's, what do you smell? You smell the fryer, you smell the burgers, the grease, all that stuff. Your dog smells where the chicken was raised. They smell what the diet of the chicken and the cows were. They smell where the yeast was produced for the buns. They smell all of the workers and where they live. They smell everything. We take a walk through our neighborhood. Each house is putting off a different smell. The grass, whether it's wet or cold or hot, is putting off a different smell. Every time a car drives by, they're pushing scent up to where it's a different dynamic of scent. Think of the insane amount of smells during trash day. The trash truck can be a very scary thing. It's a moving, colossal ball of smells. By understanding that, what I hope is that we start to give our dogs a little bit more patience and a little bit more grace and understanding that they need a little bit more time to adjust. It's almost rude to just go outside the door and get to going. Give your dog a little bit of time to adjust. Give their nose a little bit of time to understand where they are and what's happening in the world around them. This will reduce fear, it will build confidence, it will build trust and respect, and it'll take their energy level or their anxiety level from way up here back down to a normal level. If your dog is anxious because they're in stimulus overload, or if they're afraid because they haven't been in this situation before and there's all this hitting them, they're not gonna be able to learn. They're not gonna be in a mindset to be able to listen to what you're asking of them. They just simply can't. They're overexcited, they're scared, they're nervous, they're being hit with a lot of information. So again, giving your dog just a little bit of time to adjust both to your new environment, and anytime you go anywhere will help your dog get to a point where they can listen to you. Think about if you have a 5, 6, 7-year-old child and you're going to Disney World for the first time and they are over the moon excited. We walk into Magic Kingdom and then there's Mickey, there's Minnie, there's Goofy, all of them. They're all there and your kid loses his mind. And then you tell him or her, okay, we're gonna go play, we're gonna have the best day ever, but I want you to do this math homework first. That math homework is never getting done, period. It just isn't. That's kind of what we're asking our dogs to do when they're experiencing all of this and we're yelling, sit, sit, sit. Give them some time to adjust. This gives you, as the owner, as the leader, an opportunity to watch your dog and listen to what they're telling you. If you do this for 7 days, you're gonna be able to see when your dog starts to calm down. You'll see these body changes. You'll see their hair settle. You'll see their breathing settle. You'll see their ears change positions. You'll see their tail start to wag a little differently. It's important for you as the leader to understand what these movements are in your particular dog so that you can understand when they're ready to listen. We communicate in different ways. Dogs have learned to listen to us through our voice. We're very vocal creatures. So they know that they need to listen to our words. However, they're not always listening. Your dog is watching you all the time. They are absolute experts at body language, at tone of voice, and of our facial expressions. Dogs can memorize, I think, about 150 facial expressions, about 250 words, but they memorize all of our movements. This is why when you walk to get your dog's leash, before you even get to their leash, they're pumped. They know where you're going based on how you're moving, based on how quick you're moving, based on which route you took, because they are watching and memorizing this all of the time. You can use this to your advantage and use the communication tools that you have to communicate more loudly so your dog is able to hear you a little bit more clearly. So what are the communication tools that we have as humans? Our body language, our body positioning, our facial expressions, whether we're smiling, whether we're frowning, we're sad, upset, our voice. There's a big difference between, hey, don't do that, and hey, why don't we do that? Your tone of voice matters big time. Hand signals are a really great way to communicate, especially if you pair them with another communication. Come here, pairing your hands and your words makes it much easier for them to understand the concept or what it is that you're actually asking them. Another form of communication we have is a leash. Giving a little tug on a leash, just as a way to get their attention, can be a very effective communication tool. If your dog is stressed or in fear when you're attempting to teach them something, it's just not going to be very productive. You may see that they are listening to you, but this very likely will be what we call an appeasement rather than actual learning, meaning they're just going to try to do whatever it is that they think we want of them so that they're not hurt or in trouble. If you notice that your dog is in fear or overexcited, the learning phase won't go as smoothly. So what do we do? Give your dog a little bit of time. That's not to say to let them do whatever they want to do. Keep your boundaries, hold your structure. But if you're asking your dog to come to you and sit and they're focused on what's out there, just let them focus. Let them experience it. I have 2 cats right across the road here, and when I take dogs out and we start walking, they're locked on all the time. They don't care what I have to say because there's cats across the road. The first 3 or 4 days, they can't get enough of those cats. But by day 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 21, they could care less because they know that they're not going to get anything positive or negative from them. And they also know that there's a whole lot of positivity coming from me. So why would they care about that? They see it every single day. If you have a dog in fear or an overexcitement, give them some time to just experience their world, to take in all this information, process it, and understand that they're in a safe place before we even start the actual learning process. One of the best things you can do for your dog is just put them on leash and go stand outside. Get a lawn chair and just go sit out there and let them experience their environment. When you start to see that they're comfortable in this environment, walk out to the end of your road and just stand there. If this takes a week, that's okay. Your dog doesn't need to be perfect right now. We're giving them an opportunity to learn how to fit into our household long term. Hopefully, you will have this dog anywhere from 5 to 15 years. Do the groundwork now. Set them up for success in the beginning. Give them an opportunity to experience their world and just settle into their new environment. While you hold boundaries, that does not mean that they get to jump all over you and pee inside your house and chew things. It's not what I'm saying. Set your boundaries, but understand that this is all part of getting them to a point where they can learn.